Over $300 billion gone in a matter of weeks. Figma, HubSpot, Duolingo, all down more than 65% from their peaks. Duolingo alone lost 68% of its market cap in just 6 months. The entire SaaS sector is getting absolutely hammered, and Wall Street is screaming one thing: AI killed it. But is SaaS actually dead? Or is this the biggest reset in software since the iPhone? In the next minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how AI agents are rewiring the entire industry, the real reason valuations are collapsing, how pricing models are being flipped upside down, and what this means for anyone building, investing in, or relying on software today. By the end, you'll know whether agents are going to replace every app you use or quietly make them 10 times more powerful. Stick with me. This one's going to change how you think about every subscription on your company card. Let's start with the body count. Duolingo, the poster child for high-growth SaaS, peaked near $545 in mid-2025. As of this month, it's trading around $160. That's not a correction, that's a bloodbath. HubSpot, Salesforce, ServiceNow, same story. The software ETF that tracks the sector is down almost 30% from its 2025 highs, while the S&P 500 barely flinched. Analysts are calling it the SaaS apocalypse. $300 billion with a B erased in days. Why the panic? Because for a decade, SaaS was the golden goose. Low churn, predictable recurring revenue, insane growth. Investors happily paid 50 times, 100 times, even 200 times earnings for companies that were barely profitable. Ford trades at 8 to 12 times earnings. Why? Cyclical, heavy capex, supply chains, regulations, everything that makes valuation hard. SaaS? Dead simple. Count the subscribers, multiply by ARR, slap on a growth multiple. Room to expand forever because software scales infinitely. No factories, no raw materials, just code and customers. Until now. Traditional SaaS is the highest level of abstraction. You don't buy servers, databases, or networking gear. You just log into Dropbox, HubSpot, or Salesforce and everything just works. That simplicity created the perfect valuation machine. Monthly or yearly per user seats. 10 sales reps, 10 seats at $100 each. Easy to forecast, easy to sell to VCs. But starting late 2024, something changed. November 2024, Anthropic drops MCP, the Model Context Protocol. Suddenly, AI models could securely connect to any external tool or data source, like a USB-C for intelligence. April 2025, Google launches A2A, the Agent-to-Agent Protocol. Now agents can talk to each other, hand off tasks, coordinate across platforms. October 2025, Anthropic releases Agent Skills, pre-built, battle-tested knowledge packs that tell agents exactly how to use any app the right way. This isn't AI replacing Slack or replacing HubSpot. It's AI sitting on top, orchestrating. One intelligent agent can now log into your CRM, pull data from your docs, update your project board, and email your team, all while you sip coffee. And here's where the economics break. Salesforce pricing. Free tier up to $100 plus per user per month. 10 reps equals 10 subscriptions. Now imagine one AI agent with a single seat license that can be used by the entire team. Or better, the agent doesn't even need a seat in the old sense because it's connecting directly via MCP and skills. One agent might handle what used to require 10 human logins. The result? Commoditization of the application layer. The old competitive edge, beautiful UI, intuitive navigation, becomes almost irrelevant. Agents don't click buttons like humans. They call APIs, follow documented skills, and get the job done behind the scenes. Investors who are valuing companies on user growth now have to value them like commodities. How much are agents actually using this tool? Supply, demand, marginal cost. The easy math is gone. The 50 to 100 times multiples, they're getting repriced fast. Goldman Sachs laid it out clearly. By 2030, the TAM for AI agents is projected to hit over $50 billion, while traditional SaaS starts shrinking. They expect the crossover, where agent spend overtakes classic software spend, to hit right around 2027 to 2028. 2026 is the year the divergence becomes obvious. Venture capital is already voting with its wallet. Fresh checks are pouring into agent startups, not another Me Too CRM. But here's the smart move a lot of incumbents are making. They're not waiting to get disrupted. Salesforce launched Agentforce. HubSpot has Breeze Customer Agent and Prospecting Agent. Thousands of customers already activating them with 60% plus resolution rates. Almost every major platform now ships its own agents that know their system inside out. A Deloitte-style survey showed more than half of companies planning to spend up to 50% of their tech budget on AI automation this year. They'd rather extend their own platform than lose the seat to a third-party agent swarm. And then there's the ease of building. Last year, Lovable, an AI app builder, claimed that 10% of all new websites created in a single month were built on their platform. Just describe what you want in plain English, and it spits out full-stack code. Vibe coding is real. Sure, complex enterprise software still needs serious engineering, security, scalability, but the barrier to cloning a decent SaaS view, I just dropped through the floor. That forces every SaaS company to run faster. Pricing has to change. Integrations have to deepen. Innovation cycles that used to be quarterly now feel weekly. The moat of "we have the best UX" is evaporating when an agent can interact perfectly without ever seeing the screen. So those 50 to 200 times PE ratios that felt normal, they're compressing hard because investors no longer know how much runway these companies really have. Will they adapt to usage-based models? Will they become the preferred backend for agent ecosystems? Or will they become dumb data pipes that agents route around? The market is pricing in uncertainty, and it's brutal. Now the big question the whole industry is asking: do AI agents complement applications, or will they replace them entirely? I believe they complement and actually make the best applications far more valuable. Agents are incredible at orchestration, reasoning, and handling the busy work, but they still need reliable, secure, battle-tested systems underneath them. Slack, HubSpot, Salesforce, DocuSign, these aren't going away. They're becoming the rock-solid infrastructure layer that agents plug into via MCP, A2A, and skills. Think of it like the internet in the 90s. The web didn't kill servers or databases. It made them exponentially more useful. Same thing here. The winners won't be the companies fighting the agent wave. They'll be the ones that open their platforms widest, charge fairly for real usage, and ship native agents that supercharge their own tools. Applications aren't dying. They're evolving from tools humans click on to platforms agents build empires on. That shift is painful for valuations right now, but it's going to create bigger, stickier, more profitable software businesses long term, just with different metrics. So no, SaaS isn't dead. It's being reborn in the agent era. The next 5 years will separate the companies that treat AI as a feature from the ones that treat it as the new operating system. If you're an investor, a founder, or just someone whose job touches software every day, pay attention to who's shipping real agent integrations right now. Those are the ones that will survive and thrive. What do you think? Do you agree that agents will complement and strengthen the best applications? Or do you see them replacing entire categories? Drop your take in the comments. I read every single one. If this video gave you the clearest picture yet of what's actually happening in tech right now, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Next week, I'm diving into the newest AI technologies you don't want to miss. Thanks for watching.